We'll call to order the City Commission meeting Thursday, September 19th in the Langston Center. First, we will have the invocation by Pastor Paul Helphinstine from First Presbyterian. If you will stand for that and remain standing for the pledge.
Join me now in prayer. Gracious and loving God, we pray tonight for our community and its leaders. Bless us all with an overwhelming sense of thankfulness for where we live. Watch over those who protect us, our police officers, firefighters, and first responders. Watch over soldiers and diplomats, both near and far. Give each of us generous hearts in these divided times toward all our neighbors. Heal our hearts from anger, resentment, and enmity in this season. Help us to choose kindness and understanding where we disagree. Give us unity and purpose as we all seek what's best for the people of Johnson City. Bless our city leaders in their deliberations and decisions on behalf of so many. Watch over all those who are standing for office here in Johnson City, Washington County, in our state, and in our nation. Keep the candidates and their families safe from harm. Lead us by your goodness, mercy, and grace to a time of peace and wholeness for all people, that you may be glorified by what you see and hear tonight and in this season. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Ball?
Commissioners, your first order of business is to consider the approval of the minutes for the regularly scheduled City Commission meeting held on Thursday, September 5th, 2024.
Move approval.
Have a motion and a second, maybe?
Yes. Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Louse?
Commissioner Brock? Yes. Commissioner Hunter? Yes. Commissioner Wise?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Murphy? Mayor Fowler?
Yes.
Commission, the next order of business is recognition. If you want to make your way down, Mayor, we have a group of folks here. This is recognition of the Swiftwater Rescue Team members from the Johnson City Fire Department and Washington County Johnson City EMS.
The Type 2 Swiftwater Rescue Team was deployed at the request of the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency to assist in South Carolina prior to the arrival of Tropical Storm Debbie. The team included 3 members of the Johnson City Fire Department, Ben Blevins, Jonathan Royce, and Ryan Weaver. The team also included 4 members from Washington County Johnson City EMS, Zach Hartley, Brandon Kerfies, Tim Mize, and Scott Wiseman. Kingsport and Bristol Fire Departments were also part of the team that traveled to Florence and awaited response at Howe Springs Fire Department. We'd like to thank you for answering the call to assist our neighbors in their time of need. So thank you very much. Chief Bell.
We do want to thank these gentlemen for all the time, dedication that they put into this. This was the first time we've had a deployment for Swiftwater. They have worked countless hours to get to this point to be able to do this. And very brave personnel. I'm very proud of them, each of them, for us and EMS and all the other responders that went there. I wish Ryan Weaver could have been here. Ryan is the lead of our Swiftwater team. He was unable to attend tonight. But these are true heroes in my eyes, and I'm thankful for them. Give them another round, please.
So again, my name is Ben Blevins. Like Chief said, this was our first deployment. It's been something that's been in the works for years, building this team and getting credentialed and certified through the state for us to be able to operate in other states across state lines. When we left here, we got the order and we went to Columbia, South Carolina, and spent the night at the police academy there. And then on Tuesday morning, we went from there to the EOC in Columbia, where we received our orders to go to House Springs Fire Department, which is in Florence, South Carolina. We spent, I can't remember the days, but 4 or 5 days there. We teamed up with Knoxville Fire Department. They were also there with us as a Swiftwater rescue team. Parts of the team did a couple of rescues there in some high water. The storm wasn't quite what they thought it was going to be, so it wasn't a whole lot of activity. In Dorchester County, which is a little bit closer to the coast down in the low country, they got hit with like an unexpected 9 inches of rain on, I think it was Thursday night. So then Friday morning, they mobilized us from Florence to Dorchester County, where we spent the remainder of the deployment. Did a couple other kinds of high water missions there. Part of the team did. They actually split our team once we got there. But overall, it was a great experience. That was our first deployment, so we like to think that we're on the radar now for future opportunities. Just thanks, Chief. Thank all of y'all for affording us the opportunity to do it. It'll help in taking care of everything for us while we're back home. So we're just going for 7 or 8 days if I remember right. So thanks again.
Mayor, we have no one signed up for public comment tonight. The next order of business is consideration of the consent agenda.
All right, I will start on my right. Commissioner? Vice Mayor?
Yes, sir. I would like to pull 6.4.2 and 6.2.1.
All right. Commissioner?
2.1 as well.
All right. Anything else?
All good.
All right, so we'll start with 6.2.1.
Item 6.2.1 is 6790, Baseline Sports Construction, and thank you, April North, our Parks and Recreation Director, for being here.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners, City Manager Ball. I'm April Norris. I'm your Parks and Recreation Director. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to kind of talk to you about this project. It's kind of a special one in all my years of working on projects throughout the municipality world. This one kind of is one that when we originally started looking at it, we planned for CIP. It seemed like that was going to be enough to do the 5 tennis courts that were there, and that was a complete rebuild. So taking out the old, bringing back the new with fencing. With the way that construction prices changed, we quickly realized that wasn't going to be enough to complete that project. So Deputy City Manager Randy Trivet brought myself and Jason Miles, the Public Works Director, and the Facilities Maintenance Director, Brian Ross, together and said, you guys work together. There's many projects that we can work on. So this is a true collaboration of us coming together, because Public Works ends up finishing out the demolition of the project and doing the grading of the project and actually to the base stone, and was able to actually grade a little bit more property. So not only can we put back the 5 tennis courts that are there at a new state, but also add 8 pickleball courts, and add that it come in under budget of what we originally had planned. So these types of collaborations mean so much, because it brings so much, it's going to bring so much more to our community as far as recreational opportunities by adding those 8 pickleball courts. And we would not have been able to do that without working together. So
Let the public know where this is going to be, because
So,
somebody
yeah.
approached me not long ago and thought there were going to be 2 pickleball courts.
I
but-
apologize. I left that part out. This will be at Metro Kiwanis Park. Like I said, currently there were 5 tennis courts there. They were in a state of disrepair, and basically that was caused, there was a berm that was made when those courts were originally built, which was causing some water runoff and allowing water to get underneath those. So they dilapidated, they were pretty in disrepair. They were at the point where we were needing to shut them down. So it was a great opportunity to be able to put that back there.
When will they be ready?
So met with our Public Works team yesterday, and we talked through how much work they have left to do. They have about 4 more weeks. Then Baseline can engage, and so we're hopeful that we have this project finished out by the end of November. Weather permitting, this is a iffy time of year for these types of projects, and of course we have to have the right temperatures for asphalt, so, and paint. But we are hopeful that it'll be done by then.
Appreciate you, and thank you for, I know the community's going to love having those back and the 8 additional pickleball courts.
And thank you all so much for just affording us the opportunity to bring this to the community, so thank you all so much.
6.4.2.
Yes, if our Director of Water and Sewer could come up, Tom. This was about utility services, leak detection service contract.
Good evening, everybody. Tom Witherspoon, Director of Water Sewer Services. This is for underground leak detection on your water system. We had good interest, had about 7 responses, the low bidder we have dealt with before over the last 3 or 4 years. The context of the contract is that we have about 950 miles of potable water line in your distribution system, covering about 162 square miles. All water systems leak. Ours leaks. We have 2 types of leaks. Surfacing leaks, for where we get a call from a citizen, and we go out and repair those. But non-surfacing leaks are what this type of activity is targeted for. Leak detections performed either by 2 in-house employees or via this contract. And what we do, what either groups do, is they actually sound and listen for ultrasonic noise coming up near the water line that indicates a leak from part of their assets there. Leaks on metal pipes emit more noise. Plastic pipes, not so much, harder to find. Leaks on small pipes emit a lot of noise. Larger leaks on bigger pipes, not so much. So we tend to use our folks where it takes a lot of time to sound these larger areas that have been identified monthly as something has changed in the system for indicating some leakage. What we do on this contract is we take that 900 miles, 950 miles, and we divide it into thirds, and we allow this contract group to go out and sound a third of the system annually. And we've been doing that for at least 15 years. So hope that answer all the questions maybe you might have.
Yes, sir, Mr. Witherspoon, thank you for giving us some context for this leak detection addition you are requesting. Some questions that I have that you didn't answer. One is, are these checks by this entity, are they periodic, are they monthly? And a follow-up question is, to have this in place, what type of cost savings does it provide us? Like what, because I mean, you probably can, everything's going to leak at some point over time. But having something like this in place, how much, if you could quantify, would it save the city?
On the way this is actually delivered, they'll come in and mobilize, and usually they'll be with us for 3 or 4 months working the area that they're going to be focused in on. And we usually, again, work them in specific pressure zones. What they'll actually find ranges, and I look back over about 15 years worth of data, and it's everywhere from about a total of 30 finds that are non-surfacing leaks all the way up to about 110, 120 leaks. And those would be leaks that would continue on, in most situations, not surfacing. So there is considerable savings. There's also the potential for undermining a road because the line continues to leak. So this is good predictive work for our water system.
Thanks. Anything else?
Move approval.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Ms. Laus?
Commissioner Brock?
Yes.
Commissioner Hunter?
Yes.
Commissioner Wise?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Mayor Fowler?
Yes.
Commissioners, we have no ordinances under first reading tonight. Our next consideration of business is under Section 8, which is ordinance under second reading. Item number 8.1 is ordinance 4894-24. This is the second reading and the public hearing. It's an ordinance providing for the conveyance of certain parcels of real property owned by the City of Johnson City, Tennessee, located in the 9th Civil District of Washington County, Tennessee, to Yadu Management, LLC, upon the terms and conditions contained herein, and repeal all ordinances and parts of ordinances in conflict herewith. Our Deputy City Manager, Randy Trivett.
Commissioners, Mayor, City Manager Ball, I'm Randy Trivett, the Deputy City Manager. There have been no changes in this ordinance since the last reading.
This little parcel's, what, 1,300 square feet? So it's very small.
1,395.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, this is public hearing, so I will open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak can come up to the mic. You have 3 minutes, and I will open the public hearing. Seeing no one, I will close the public hearing.
Move approval.
Have a motion?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion? Ms. Laus?
Commissioner Brock?
Yes.
Commissioner Hunter?
Yes.
Commissioner Wise?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Mayor Fowler?
Yes.
Commissioners, the next item for business is item 8.2. This is ordinance 4897-24. This is the second. It's an ordinance assigning planned residential 2 to approximately 7.07 acres located along Gray Station Road.
Good evening, Commissioners. I'm Riley Pudney with the Planning and Development Services. And this is a second reading. There's been no changes since the first reading.
There's not a public hearing?
The public hearing will be held, if passed tonight, on the third reading.
Move approval.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Ms. Laus?
Commissioner Brock?
Yes.
Commissioner Hunter?
Yes.
Commissioner Wise?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Mayor Fowler?
Yes.
Next item, Commissioners, is item 8.3. This is ordinance 4898-24. It's a second reading and public hearing. An ordinance to amend the zoning map of City, Tennessee by changing from B5 to RP2 for property located at 0 Gray Station Road.
Good evening. There's also been no changes on this since the first reading as well.
Any questions?
Mayor, I'd like to disclose that I am on the Animal Control Board, but I have no personal interest in this.
Thank you. All right, this is public hearing, so I will again open the public hearing. If you would wish to speak, you can come forward. You have 3 minutes. I will open the public hearing. Seeing no one, I will close the public hearing.
Move approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Ms. Laus?
Commissioner Brock?
Yes.
Commissioner Hunter?
Yes.
Commissioner Wise?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Mayor Fowler?
Yes.
Commissioners, the next order of business is consideration of ordinances under third reading. This is item 9.1, ordinance 4895-24. This is the third reading and final reading. It's an ordinance providing for the conveyance of certain parcels of real property owned by the City of Johnson City, Tennessee, located in the 10th Civil District of Washington County, Tennessee, to Washington County Johnson City Animal Control Center upon the terms and conditions contained herein, and repealing all ordinances and parts of ordinances to conflict herein.
Good evening again, Commissioners. My name's Randy Trivett, Deputy City Manager. There have been no changes in this since the first 2 readings.
Move approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Ms. Laus?
Commissioner Brock?
Yes.
Commissioner Hunter?
Yes.
Commissioner Wise?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Mayor Fowler?
Yes.
Commissioners, your final order of business tonight is item 9.2, which is ordinance 4896-24. This is the third and final reading. This is the FY 2024 supplemental budget ordinance an ordinance appropriating additional funds to the various departments and divisions of the City of Johnson City, Tennessee, with additional revenue from local, state, and federal sources.
Thank you, Ms. Ball. Good evening. I'm Dustin Thompson, the Budget Director. There have been no changes, and we would recommend your approval on final reading.
Move approval. Second.
Second.
You take it.
I think also we should note that this is with the schools to an amendment on
That is
the
correct.
school budget.
City and school budgets, yes.
Right.
Any further discussion? Ms. Laus?
Commissioner Brock?
Yes.
Commissioner Hunter?
Yes.
Commissioner Wise?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Mayor Fowler?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. And just a quick note, I want to thank all the staff here at the Langston Center. We have been able to enjoy the past couple of meetings here, but we realize we've taken this programming away from a lot of the community space during this time. And as you all know, our commission chambers are under construction so that we can better accommodate the public and provide for a safer environment. Given how much we've taken of this room away, we feel like we found a better location to hold our meetings. And so while we greatly want to thank the staff, Adam Dixon, as well as the staff here at the Langston Center, for everything they've done to be accommodating. Our next meeting, which is our next work session that will be held at 2250 Eddie Williams Road. That is our water and sewer complex. And so that will be available and open to the public just as these meetings have been. And again, we just want to say a thank you to the Langston Center and all the staff for accommodating us here. And a special thanks to our communication and marketing staff of JT and Allie for all of the work that they've done to be able to provide for the production of these meetings. So thank you very much.
I just note, too, that we're not the only meeting that's been being held here, also the Planning Commission. So it was really affecting programming here, and the center was renovated several years ago for the youth of our community, and so we were kind of taking stuff away from them. Thanks for doing that.
Anything else, Ms. Ball? All right. Commissioner Wise?
I have nothing. Thank you.
Vice Mayor? Commissioner? One thing, tomorrow night at Science Hill Stadium, the high school football team is playing Maryville at home. I've been here for 31 years, and I have yet to see Science Hill beat Maryville. So, or Maryville, as I'm supposed to say. But we're both undefeated, so please come out and support Science Hill and see if we can finally beat Maryville. All right.